Hi guys, how are you people? I'm fine. I'm actually so fine, except that the weather is cold. It is quite cold. Like niko kwa nyumba, but I just can't do without a sweater or something of the sort. Um, Thank you so much guys for tuning in. If you are new to this place, karibu sana. You're a returning subscriber. Thank you so much for coming. Keep coming back. I love you right back. Um, hmm. On today's video, as you guys have seen on the title below, it is about just another date gone wrong. And let me tell you how this story came to my mind. I was actually watching my previous video on dinner date gone wrong. If you have not watched it, kindly go and watch it, okay? And as I was watching it, I just remembered something that I had forgotten for such a long time. And I was like, wait, something else went wrong. And guys, I am here to tell you another story about a date. That was not even a date, but it was something close to that. Like, it just went totally wrong, guys. No. Well, now, on to the story. I was in Form 4, and I was actually 17 years old in Form 4. And there's this friend of mine that is a fan of mine that is going to watch, and he's probably going to inbox me and tell me, Shalom, no. So I just want to tell you sorry. Like, I just have to say it because you're the one who put me in this situation, you know. And, well, a friend of mine that I love so much, but I will not call his name for particular reasons. He went and gave my number in exchange of another number. So this guy told him to give, no, sorry. So my friend actually aliomba namba ya okay. So the guy we are talking about, the guy that I was supposed to have a date with, something like that, had a sister. And apparently the sister was so cute, my friend had to get her number. So in exchange of her sister's number, the guy told my friend to also give him a number. Guess whose number was given? My number, Sasa. Well, that was the explanation later on, and I kind of understood. But I was like, how do you give my number of all numbers? Okay, this is me later after everything just went south. Anyway, now let us get into the story. So this guy gets my number and texts me, and he tells me that he's Muslim. And our idea of Muslims is that they are very handsome. You know, like most of Muslims look so good. So I was like, wow, how would it be like to have a friend who is a Muslim and just walk around with this guy? Because apparently he looks good. Like, he looks good, definitely. So in my head, I never thought there could be Muslims that just look like the rest of us. You get? And well, so I took it lightly because I was like, this is my first Muslim friend, or this is the first Muslim I'm going to associate with. And I was like, this is actually going to be interesting. So I think that was during April holidays. So tukarudi shule for second term. I'm in Form 4, guys. I'm in Form 4, I'm 17. And so there's this inning that came to our school, and hey, that came to our school. There was a function that my school was holding, and so it had invited other schools, okay? And my friend, the one who gave my number out, was among the people that came. So This guy, let me give him the name. Okay, I don't even know Muslim names. Abdi. Let me just name him Abdi. And so Abdi had sent my friend some things to bring to me in school. And they included letters and some books. I don't know why he sent me books, but I guess it was because we were in Form 4, so I needed to get a little bit more serious. And I was just there like, wow, this is a Muslim! Like, he has to be looking like, angels, or just some things that don't even exist. You see these beautiful people you see on television, some you meet actually, but you see most of, okay, fine, but Muslims are generally handsome and very beautiful. So I was so excited. I was like, who is this guy? I just want to meet this guy. So when you took Arudi home, August holidays, I was so like, I was purposefully going for that holiday to see this guy, to just know who am I talking to, who you need nani. So like, yeah, you see the way I'm excited right now. That is how excited I was. So to make this holiday, and I start texting him and I tell him, you know what, we have been friends for quite some time and I really want to see you. I want to know who you are. I want to know how you look like. It is not good to see, I mean, to have a friend and you don't know how he looks like. So fast forward, he agreed. But during that holiday, before we met, he was like, you know what, I actually like you, we can actually have a thing, and blah blah blah, and those things that boys in high school say. And I was just there like, whoa, this is a Muslim. I mean, Form 4, so I don't want to get into a relationship, but I want to know who this guy is. Let me see. I was like, this guy must be looking like, something I have never seen. And I was just there like, oh my god, I can't wait to see this guy. So one particular Saturday, he was supposed to see me. So on Friday, the day before, no, the night before Saturday morning, we were talking. And guys, I was just sitting on my bed like, hey, I can't wait to see this guy. How does this guy look like? What will I do when I meet him? How will I conduct myself? I was practicing how I would go and say, hi, how are you? My name is Shalom. I'm the one who you've been talking to. And then I'm like, no, that one is not nice. Change it to this other thing. And I'm like, okay, Sawa, what do I do? Maybe let me go and shake his hand. I'm like, no, don't shake his hand, hug him. And I'm like, no, just a minute. Yeah, wait. And I didn't even sleep like vizuri because I was like, yeah, but what will this guy say when he sees me? Kai, what am I going to put on? Like, how am I going to do my stuff? And what will I put on? What will I put on? Well, we talked that Friday night, and we were just there like, you know what? I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Saturday ilifika before I even noticed. If I tell you guys what I put on, acha tu nijitetee mapema. During our time, I think the best clothes people could wear in my town was sweatpants. And actually, the newest attire, I'm calling it an attire, guys, that I had in my closet was a sweatband. My dad had bought me a very nice suit that was a sweatpant. How do I put it? A sweatpant, it's t-shirt, and it's coat, let me say that, and some sport shoe over there. And I felt really good. By the way, if you saw me in 2017, I was so good looking with those things, like, oh my god. And I was like, this guy better dress as fine as I have dressed today. And I did some Well, a few things on my face, and I was just there like, "Oh, I can't wait." Thank God my parents were not home, because now, oh, but they will be watching. Well, so tulikonga tu watatu kwa nyumba, me and my brother. So I was so anxious. I was so like impatient. I kept texting this guy and asking him, where are you, sahi, umefika wapi, how are you dressed? So this guy told me nimevaa full white, and I was like, Jesus. So I started thinking of how this dude was going to look like in full white, and I was just seeing a gorgeous man coming, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to see this guy. We were supposed to meet at 2 p.m. So by 1:30 I was ready. I was like, this is it. This is it. This Muslim guy is not ready. And my brother, my elder brother, was supposed to also leave to go and visit his friend. And because we were headed the same direction, I was like, you know what, let's go. Then he's like, hey, why are you dressed this good? I told him I am going to meet somebody. And he was like, nice, I see. And he told me, so why are you guys going to meet? Come on. And I told my bro, then I told him, I'm ever heavy. He told me his average height, and he's dark, but he's in full white. I don't know why I have said but okay, he's dark and he's in full white. And Davy was like, oh, Davy's my bro, my elder brother. He was like, okay, fine, let's go. Na tukatembea tu pole pole. We were supposed to meet somewhere. Anyway, I'm already feeling bad for myself. Tukiwa, okay, let me take us back kiasi. I told one of my friends, let me call him Kevin. I told Kevin that I am going to meet somebody, but if things go wrong, I would meet him there. So I told him, you know what, be ready. But he said, no, I'm supposed to come there so that you're not taken advantage of, etc. So let me just be around that place. In case of anything, give me a call. So see, that was it. So see, Kevo was aware. And I told Kevo now, when I was leaving the house, I told him, you know what, I've actually left the house, so tag along. And he also left his house, their house, from the other side of town. And we walked pole pole with my bro. Then tukafika your point, let me call it point A. And I was like, Devi, I don't want to look that other side, but have you seen somebody that is in full white? My bro laughed at me. He just stood and laughed and laughed and laughed. And he said, Shalom, I honestly don't think this is your choice. As in, I honestly don't think this is the kind of guy you are so excited to see. Are you sure he's in full? And I said, yes. He said, amevaa kofia ya white, shirt ya white, toja ya white, na viatu za white. We laughed and he said, anyway, whom am I? To stop you from, your mission, just finish your mission, baby girl. And he left me there and he said, you know what, if I were free enough, I would have stayed here, but I have so many things to do, so let me just go. You sort yourself. And then I was like, David, Kwani he looks bad. Kwani he looks so bad. And Dave laughed and he was like, he doesn't look bad, he's fine, but he's not what I expected from the way you described him. And he asked me, are you sure he's a Muslim? And I said, yeah, no, he looks like a pagan. And I was just there like, oh my god, Dave, Amma, let's just go with you where you're going. The dev told me it's not right to invite somebody, I may travel, alafu you want to just ghost him, and the two one. So I passed point A and I went to the next point and I called Kevo. I told Kevo, there's a guy, this guy has arrived, and from what my bro is saying, he's not what I expect. So please come. Please come. And Kevo is like, oh, actually, I'm on my way. And I'm like, no, you're not on your way. Just come. Just leave your house and come. Then, what did I call that Muslim guy? Abdi. Abdi gave me a call, and he said, nimekuona. Hey, I have not told you guys something. His voice over the phone was so sweet. Like, when you hear somebody talking, you're like, he must be a fine guy. You get it? And I was just there like, oh my god, Kevo, that is me when I'm... Sorry, not Kevo, Abdi. This is the problem with guessing names, with not using the very names, because now I'm getting confused. Abdi was having probably the best male voice I've had to date. And so he called and he said, I have seen you. You have passed with somebody, right? And I'm like, have you seen me? And he's like, yeah, no, that's not me. Then he said, but the attire you described is what you have worn now. You have just passed. And I also have your pictures from your friend. And I was just there like, well, I'll just have to go. And I'm 17. This is probably the first time I'm meeting somebody that I don't know. I had never been through it, so I didn't know what to do. And I called my friend and I said, please come right now. So tukaenda tukakaa somewhere in just mbele ya some restaurant. And I didn't carry no money with me, but I expected this guy to at least have money for some soda, you know, and something else. He didn't have. He didn't have. I mean, even if you're a high schooler and you know you're going to meet a lady in a makeup restaurant, why would you sit in front of somebody's restaurant and not purchase anything? And I'm there like, oh my god, this guy. You know, I was there like, nilifika na nikamwangalia and I'm like, are you the guy I'm looking for? And he told me, yeah, with his nice voice. And I'm like, Jesus, it's him. But why? Why did my friend hook me up with somebody that looks like this? Mark you, this guy is not ugly. I'm not saying he's ugly. He's just not my kind of guy. I think that sounds good because he's not my kind of guy, okay? So I was just there like, God, this is not what I have been waiting for months. And then I just went and sat there. And he was talking to me. And I'm just typing. I'm telling Kevo, please, fika unitoe hapa, fika. This guy, we were just seated there, looking at each other like, And then he started talking. And I'm like, how are you a Muslim? What happened to Islam? What went wrong? Muslims have always been so cute, like literally outstanding. You cannot compare us Christians to Muslims. Those guys look so good, and I'm here with somebody that doesn't even look like a Christian, leave alone a Muslim. Now he looks like, okay, my bro said if he's Muslim, he doesn't even look like us Christians. He looks like a pagan. And I was there like, Jesus, why me? I was so, I don't know how to put it, but I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. This his white cloth that he was talking about. In my head, when you're putting on something white, it needs to be as clean as white. But it was not white. It had brown and some things, and it was just not white. It had transformed a little to a different color. And I was just there like, I am not happy. I'm not happy with you. And then the Reeboks that he wore Reeboks actually. Those were Reeboks. but they were not even like, I'm not saying new, I'm not even saying expensive. They were like, my friend, you don't give a shit. Like, you are coming to see a woman and these are the shoes you put on. Like, why did you... Okay, I was a girl, right? You're coming to see a girl and these are the shoes you're putting on. Won't you just pick something? It didn't have to be white. You didn't have to drape. You get it? Like, you could have just put on a gray t-shirt and a black trouser and just come and see me with shoes that don't look as old as what you have put on. But at that time I was like, okay, maybe he doesn't have, but well, okay, fine, but can't you borrow? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Let me not offend you guys. Let me not offend you guys by the things that I was thinking at that particular time. Because now I was also feeling embarrassed. Because now I was, for real, trust me, I had put on my best. I honestly doubt if that was his best. Because, man, his white trouser, I think he had come from some Maram Road and Solio Vumbi and all that. And I was not happy. I was not happy. So, I want to thank God for... I want to thank God for this guy, Mwenye your restaurant. I think he had seen me so uncomfortable and he came and said, we are about to close, so please leave. And I was there like, thank you, Jesus. You are my God. Oh. And I told this guy, you know what? Let's leave. And then I told this guy, we're waiting for someone. We're funga too. Once the guy comes, we will leave. So akafunga yo mlango. There were no customers apparently. So akaifunga na ndani akaingia ndani. So si tukabaki huko nje. Tumekaa kwa, these tables that people just relax. Is it tables or food outlets and those ones, and some chairs. I saw Kevo from afar and I was like, again, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. So I told him to behave as if he's my elder brother and ask this guy very, key questions. So he came and he was there and he said hi, but the way he said hi to him, he was like, Shalom, are you for real right now? Are you for real? And I said, and I texted him and I said, yeah, that's why I needed you here. And fast forward, the guy was asked so many questions, and the way he was answering them, I was like, this is not it. No. At least, even if you don't look like what I expected you to look like, talk like what I expected you to talk like. And he was answering those questions and I was like, nah, not for me. And my bro was like, okay, so we have heard what you have said, and she will text you, we'll talk to you. It was like an interview, and I was just there like, oh my god, this guy, and he behaved like he was my bro, because when he came, he was like, hi, what's your name? My name is Adi, and okay, my name is Kevin. She's my little sister, and she told me she'll be meeting some guy, so I thought I should come and see this guy and talk to this guy a little. I was just like, my bro, and I was just there like, whoa. And he was just kidding. So let me ask you a few questions. I just want to know you. What are your intentions? So what do you do? And this guy's English, Abdi's English now looked terrible, and we were just there like, yeah, thank you, bro. And this other guy was fumbling. I can't even talk the way he was talking because that English was broken, and I felt like he was just, like alikonga natetemeka because hiyo kizungu jo hata mimi ningeshtuka kidogo. And it reached a point he couldn't keep up with Kiswahili English, and he just switched to Kiswahili, and I appreciated that. Sometimes usiforce, like, if you can't speak good English, say I must switch switch to the language you know best, as long as we are communicating. And I was there like, wow, but the way he's answering these questions for me is a no. I would have compromised his shoes, his dirty t-shirts, his dusty pants, but not now like, oh no, if this is how you reason X. I texted this guy and Kevo, and nikamwambia Kevo, ebu see how we are leaving this place, cause ama we should just run away. I don't know why for me running away from such situations is something I would do, because even in my last story we ran away from the restaurant, but here I'm like, should we run? And he was like, no. So this guy told my dear Abby that we have heard you, and it's nice knowing you, and because she's my sister I can't leave her here, we have to go with her. And this guy was like, I haven't even talked to her, like mbona mnamchukua, like he was like, this is just the first date, you guys will meet again and again. And I'm texting him and I'm telling him, stop condoling this guy, stand up, we leave. And he's like, no, relax, I have the perfect plan. Then he just shook his hand and said, nice meeting you. And I was there like, nice meeting you, Abdi. And we left. And I was just leaving and I'm like, what? tukajificha kwa place ingine hapo mali pikipiki na nini. We had to go the other direction because I was like, what if he follows me to our house? So let's go this other direction. Tukaenda tukakaa kwa, unaona hizi vitu zenye watu wasewa pikipiki wametengezewa so that for shade. So we sat there and my bro was like, are you okay? Why would you meet such a person? And I told him, I didn't know. As you can tell, this was our first meeting. I did not know this is who I was going to meet. And we laughed. And I was just there like, thanks, man. Thank you. Trust me, this guy did not even carry 5 shillings for mandazi. I'm not even talking about something expensive. He didn't even carry 30 shillings for water. We just sip water. And you've called me to a restaurant. It's like me. These days when you call me for a date, I have to ask you questions. Do you have the money for where you're taking us to? I have been through a lot. Like, oh my God. And anyway, one thing I didn't like about this guy is that he didn't look like a Muslim. Let me tell you, it is not wrong to look the way God created you, but you're a Muslim. Muslims look so good. And I took so many months just figuring out how handsome you are. And I come and meet you and you look like that. I'm like, bro, when that guy, like I told you, akikongelesha kwa phone, you can just think this is somebody so good looking. The way he texts, this is somebody so intelligent. And then I meet you and the questions you're being asked are difficult. Those were not even difficult questions. The guy maybe was just not confident enough, or he was just not as intelligent as I thought, as I expected, as I felt, okay? And we were just there like, wow. And by the way, my parents are going, they listen to my stories. They're going to listen to this story. I don't know what I'm going to tell them. But anyway, it happened. And where was I? My bro, yes. Tukatoka. And this guy was actually texting me and calling me and saying, I have come from how far I have come from. And this is what you give? You bring me your bro? Did we discuss that? And I told him, well, sometimes it's necessary. And he said, no, you're not serious. I want to see you. Let me send you home. I have just arrived. By the way, he didn't even take more than an hour there. I have just arrived. You want me to go back home? Oh, sijui basi magari za nini zinapatikana wapi? I told him, oh, hey, magari ziko hapa na hapa. Just take a matatu and go home. And I said, tushafika home. Show me where your home is. I'm like, my home? Yeah, I'm staying with my parents, my friend. You're not invited. And he was so disappointed, and I feel him, but I couldn't tolerate that. I couldn't tolerate that. You can't dress like that and you're coming to see me for the first time. If you're coming to see me for the first time, act like you really wanted to impress me. Don't just come like I'm some... Anyway. Like you're coming to pray for me. Come like you're coming to see me. Somebody you expect to date. Be serious. And then, honestly, those shoes, I would not advise anyone to wear those shoes, even if you're going to the shamba. I do not advise. You may meet the love of your life on the road, and then she will hate you because of those shoes. She will deny you because of those shoes. Be very careful about how you dress. You don't have to be so extra. Just look good, okay? Look good. Impress that lady, impress that man. You cannot be going to see somebody for the first time. You have talked about you liking this person and you're dressing like that. Anyway, let me not be annoyed. Let me tell you. This guy, Kevo, had to take me to our home. He knows my parents. So we went there. Na venye tulifika home, we met my mom. And my mom was like, oh, shalom. Where are you going to? Oh, I was like, nilikuwa tu natembea. Sorry, mom, I love you so much. But I came back with Kevo, and Kevo said hi to my mom, and we took some tea. And he left later in the day. I was mad at my friend. I was like, why did you give my number? But why would you do this to me? Why would you give him my number? And then I called him. Before that day, I actually called him to ask, is this guy handsome? He said yes. Does he dress properly? If you were my friend in high school, you know who I'm talking about. And I asked him, oh Rafiki, like the one who is giving me this information. Oh, Zara fiti sana. Now after saying that, you better know who that guy is, right? And I asked him, why? No, this is later. Why? After meeting this guy, why? And he just laughed. Why would you give this guy my number? Like, umeniona uko na uboy ukasema ni Shalom. Mimi nakupea namba ya Shalom. And I was just there like, I hate you, man. If you can put me through that, I hate you. And that's when he told me, you know what, let me explain. And his head, now he explained what I explained to you guys earlier, that he wanted this guy's sister. So he had to give another number in exchange. And I'm like, but I'm your friend. Why would you do that to me? Why would you put me through that? That guy does not even know how to maintain a conversation. He didn't even carry money for anything. Why would you do that? You didn't even tell him I love people who dress nice. You didn't tell him things. You just gave my number and left me to struggle. And I was like, I will never forgive you for this. But I forgave him anyway, because hey, that was a nice experience. I was like, I have waited for months to see this guy. I have really invested my time in talking to this guy. I'm in Form 4. God. I am supposed to be studying during my holidays. But I am here planning for a meetup. Said, you know what? It's time to focus on my books. Because it is vanity. I mean, these are the things of vanity. And I had to focus. Yes. Otherwise, yeah. But this guy he really had a nice voice. Jesus. I was disappointed. And then this other friend of mine tells me, Ati, but I knew you'd deal with him. That is why I gave you the number. And I was like, no, you don't do that. you can't do this to me. And he's laughing and he's like, I'm sorry Shalom, wewe ni rafiki yangu bana, ningepatiana namba gani, ni wewe tunapatana na wewe. I'm sorry, I had to get this other guy. And I'm like, don't sell me like that next time. If you have to sell me, why am I even using the term sell? If you have to hook me up with somebody, hook me up with somebody that umemwona na ukaniona, and you're like, these two people can actually have a thing. My friend knows to date that if he tells me anything about this guy, I'll tell him that no, I don't like your choices. You chose for me last time and you chose very funny things. Why would I let you choose for me again? And yes, but we are friends to date. Fast forward, not fast forward. In a nutshell, we are friends. Yeah? Whatever. We are friends to date. He's he's a very good friend of mine. He even follows everything that I post, and he's going to read to watch this. Fast forward now on Sunday, the following day, as we were talking, I told him, me and you can no longer even be friends. We have to chop, the things we used to. We have to cut, and he didn't feel good about it. I didn't tell him why. I just said, I have seen you and you're not the kind of person that I would love to relate to. So yes guys, that was my second date. No, that was the first date in my life. Meet up, let me call it that, and it went brutally wrong. You people don't know. The way you people, I don't know if you feel me. Have you ever chatted with somebody and you're so excited to meet this person? You already have your idea of how this guy looks like in your head. But when you meet him, the math just does not math. Like, it doesn't math. You're like, how did this end up happening to me? And anyway, wherever you are, if you'll be watching this, no bad blood. But even if you watch it, you can't find me now. You can't beat me up. Thank you so much guys for watching this video to the end. If you have not subscribed and you love my content, I mean, for you to watch this thing to the end, you definitely love my content. So consider subscribing to this channel. My name is Shalom. This is Shalizwad. Karibuni na asanteni for tuning in.